Welcome back for day 5 Motion is Lotion Challenge. Today we're going to be working on the thighs. So we have two giant muscles in the thighs. We have several muscles in the thighs, but we're going to be focusing on two group of muscles. One is the front of the thighs called quadriceps, which is made up of 4 muscles, and the hamstrings, which are made up of about 3 muscles, okay? So let's start with the hamstrings for first test. You're going to be laying down on your back, and hamstring flexibility affects a lot of things. It will affect your hip, your lower back, and your knees. So having a normal hamstring flexibility is important. Sometimes I think hamstring is taken a little bit too granted, that everybody's tight, but that's not the issue. So let's find out what is true for your body, okay? So lay down on your back and keep both the legs stretched out. I want your arms out as in Texas T and palm facing up preferably. This way you don't cheat. Now push the left knee down as far as you can. Engage the quads. Actually both the knees. I want you to push right and left knees down. So that's going to engage your quads, the front muscles of the thigh. And keep the foot relaxed. A lot of times, a lot of people wants to flex the toes and engage the toes, but not necessarily. That's going to stretch the nerve and it feels uncomfortable. So push your knees down, relax the foot, and then raise your right foot up without lifting the left knee from the floor. Make sure your right knee is completely straight. Now the goal should be 90 degrees here, okay? About 90 degrees is normal. Most of the time 80 degree is functional, okay? So find out where you are on the right side and let's do it on the left. So push your knees down, relax the foot, and lift the left leg straight up and see where you are. And for me, I'm pretty close to the normal, but I'm still a little tight. My right side is again a little tighter on the hamstrings than the left side. Now the next one we're going to be working on is the quadriceps flexibility. So come down on your belly. Now here, I want you to put your forehead down. Forehead down. And make sure your pelvis is nice and straight. Bend the left knee and with your left hand, see if you can grab a hold and pull the knee, pull the heel to your butt. Sometimes your knee wants to go out, so make sure both the knees are together and in a straight line. And if you can do that, you have a normal quadriceps flexibility. Now let's do the other side. So bend the right knee, right hand, grab a hold and pull it down. Now some of you might not be able to hold the ankle. You're able to bend up to here and not able to hold the ankle. That means you are tight. If you're able to pull it up, but you have to really struggle to get there. And once you get there, you can pull it down. That means you're tight. This should feel effortless and no pain, no strain, no stretching with this mobility. So find out, are you tight in your quadriceps or in your hamstrings? Once you figure that out, you will need a cushion, you will need a chair or a stool to target the mobility drill. So go ahead and find out, where you're tight, and then grab a stool and then join me for your treatment strategies. And I will be using this chair for my stretching, my mobility drill. And make sure that stool or a chair is about a knee high. You don't want to look at anything that's too high, okay? Now my right side is tight, so I'm going to show you on my right. Make sure both the toes are pointing straight. You want to put your right foot up on the stool. If you struggle with your balance, make sure you stand close to the wall. This is not a balance drill, so it's okay to hold on if you need something for a support. One more thing, I want you to keep your foot relaxed. No tension, no flexion in the toes. because that's going to stretch the nerve in the back of the leg and that doesn't feel good. So make sure your foot is relaxed. Once you do that, the main thing is really feel what you feel, okay? If you don't feel any stretching, that means you're not doing right. A lot of time I see people are just doing like this. I don't feel any stretching by doing this because I'm rounding my back. None of the stretching is happening through my hamstrings. So what I want you to do is make sure your pelvis is square. So you're going to pull the right hip back in the socket. Hold your chest up and you want to hinge through your hips. Go down as far as you can till you feel the stretch. Once you're there, just hang in there. Now I want you to take a 10 deep breath or hold it for about 2 minutes to open up. And every exhalation, see if you can sink in a little deeper if you feel comfortable doing so. Again, push through the level of the pain. You don't have to push through the pain to make yourself uncomfortable and fire up that nervous system as we talked about. So the goal is to do it nice and easy and give the body a message that I'm safe. I know I'm sore, but I'm safe here. Now at the end of your stretch, this is completely optional. You don't have to do it. You come back up and see if you can lift the foot up and hold it for 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And bring it down. And then do the other side. Got it? Fantastic. If you tighten your quads, this is what I want you to do. You first start on your hands and knees on the floor and the stool or the chair is right behind you. Have your hands down. I want you to come up in a little bit of down facing dog. Then prop up your left foot up on the chair and bring that knee down. Now come up to a kneeling position and bring your right foot forward here. And this is, make sure your pelvis is tilted back. You're stacked up from your head, shoulders, and pelvis. So if you're here, you're not gonna feel a stretch. So make sure you're nice and straight. Again, this is not a balance drill, so if you struggle with your balance, make sure you have something to hold on here, okay? And breathe. I want you to focus on a belly breathing here for about 10 breaths, or hold this position for 2 minutes if you're really tight. As I have said in the beginning, for whichever day you're working on and you find your restrictions, spend about 2 or 3 times a day working on that particular mobility. Get your body comfortable in moving in that directions, and then combine that with the flow you have created for yourself. All right? 5-part mobility flow that I have created for my motion and lotion challenge will go like this. I will start with my subtalar distractions. So down here, followed by immediate nerve tension test, immediate nerve stretching. And then come up on my back. then a quad stretch with the chair. So I want you to come out of this position here first. And for diaphragmatic breathing, we're going to be practicing in a half a kneeling position, okay? So come up with your one leg in the front and one leg in the back. Let me just straighten out that back. There we go. Now, one leg in the front and one leg in the back. Right hand on your belly, left hand on your chest. And focus on breathing. I will be practicing this for 2 minutes. You do the same. We are already finished the day 5 of the mobility. We have 2 days left. We have a few more exciting things to do it together. I'm so happy for you and proud of you that you're sticking with this challenge. Thanks for joining.